Hello dudes, it's MacLeod here, back with another Wynncraft video. Today we are taking a look at the contestants for my housing competition that was announced a long while ago. But yeah, we have 15 contestants to take a look at today. We're gonna judge their builds, we're gonna rate each build out of 10 points each, and then tally up those points for total scoring of max 20 points and minimum 0. Yeah, we are joined here today by our fellow judge in this competition, Connie Sunshine. Say hello to the peoples.
Hi.
Okay, are you guys ready? Because we are. Let's go. At this. Wow. Keep in mind that he is a non-hero, so we gotta not discriminate against half island usage.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way that he used the space, though. Like, he did a great job. It's just, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it.
I liked it. I really like these crystal things at the top here.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail to it, which is what makes it like so impressive. Yeah. And then like up here, I love this design where the fire goes up.
Yeah.
I think it looks so cool.
Oh yeah, it's brighter in the center. It goes from yellow to orange, or is that just a light? Maybe that's just a light doing that effect. Yeah, teleport to the bottom.
But yeah, I'd say it's really, really cool. 1 out of 10.
How much would you?
Maybe like a 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 7. I think.
Like, the thing is that it has so much detail, right?
Yeah, and it's utilizing the height. I've seen very few, whilst visiting public islands, I've seen very few builds that actually do utilize the entire height aspect. I would say 7 or 8 for me.
Yeah.
And a 7 for you? Okay, I think SEPHIOM lands at a score of 15 points then. Really good job, SEPHIOM. Now it's time to go to the next island and check the next entry. We'll be right back. What do you think?
It's definitely impressive, like all the passageways. Again, there's plenty of detail. The only reason I wouldn't give it a higher score is because it's not complete. But I think this is like a really, it's a very, very interesting build. But because it's not completely complete, I don't know. I'd give it about a 5 or 6. But that's just because it's not done.
Yeah, I like this build. It has very intricate details. I like how everything seems to connect with like secret passageways and everything. But as you said, it's not fully completed. I would give it about a 5 as well, I think. Which would equal at 10 points. But yeah, really good job with this build. Should we move on to the next island?
Yep.
We'll see you guys at the next one. Out of 10, I think I would rate this, considering the patterns it has and the detailing. I think I would rate this at a 7, I think. I quite like it.
I was gonna say it's really big. It has a really nice design. There's detail. So yeah, I would say a 7 as well.
That would land Ingo at a total score of 14. Okay, on to the next contestant. I'd say this is a really good build. It's very detailed.
Agreed, yeah. I'd say I'd give it about an 8. It's a good, there's a lot of detail.
Yeah, I would give it an 8 as well. There's a lot of detail and it creates a very lively atmosphere. You know? I really like this book. But yeah, so that would mean that he lands on a total score of 16.
So, what would you rate?
Considering that it's utilizing the entire height, which I like, and there's this backstory. I also like the detailing. They have a throne room. There are like a lot of different parts to it all. The person in the ship. Oh. I think I would rate this build as a 7, I think.
Even though they committed the grand sin of
I was gonna
parkour.
say, considering the parkour,
I would say I'd give it an 8. I really like this build. I think they did, like, with the backstory and everything.
yeah.
I'd say it's a solid 8. Yeah.
Yep. So 7 and an 8, landing a total score of 15. Okay, so 15 points for Kyrios. On to the next contestant. I like it. I think it's very detailed. I think he did a good job.
I think it's nice, but I think it's a little bit plain. Like it's a lot of the same color, and I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I
Out of 10, how much would you rate this?
like a 5. I mean, it's well made, but it's well made and everything. I just like with the other stuff we had, the ones that we've seen so far. I feel like they're more. I don't know. Like this just seems very plain. Yeah, so I'd say 5.
I like the detailing. I like how they're in the bottom, the stone is sort of darker and it goes up into normal cobble and normal stone. I would rate this at a 7, I think, which would land him at a total of 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 10, how much would you rate this build?
If they had done a little bit more with either the top space or here in the bottom space, they could have made like a cool basement. This would have easily been a 9 for me. Like I really like this one. I don't want to give it just an 8 though. So like 8.5. Like I really like this. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the cute. I don't know. I love the design of it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, utilizing the full height, sort of like we saw over at SEPHIOM with his huge tower and such. That or making the stilts sort of give a tropical vibe. I would have thought that there would have been water underneath, but putting my own builder sort of visions of how this build could be sort of further built on. I like this. They did a really good job with the detailing, especially the interiors. I really like the interiors, especially this sort of plant wall here. I really like those. I think I would rate this at a I think I would rate this at a 8, I think. Yeah. I think it's an 8 for me. And an 8.5 for you. So we're looking at a 16.5 for NKKLK. Okay. on to the next contestant.
So what would you rate it?
What would I rate it? I think I would rate this at a 6, I think. Because I do like the attention to detail when it comes to, like, you know, building at the back of the island and everything, and I do think that on the outside everything's detailed, and where there is interior, there is detailed interior. It's just that there could be like a second floor or a basement, more interior sort of deal. It does feel like it's a bit too open, but yeah, I think I would rate this at a 6. What would you rate it at?
It's kind of hard because I really like the outside. The way they made the gate is really nice. It sets your expectations to be high, that there's going to be a really nice building inside. And unfortunately for me, it was kind of disappointing to walk in and it's just so much space. There's, you know, only 3 small buildings. And though they're nice and they're built nice and everything, it just feels like something grander could have been made or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'd have to give it a 5. Yeah. Like, it's hard to say that because, again, the gate is really nice and the stuff inside is really nice. It's just, I feel like there should have been a little bit more on the inside.
Yeah. So the NIGHTBAKER lands at a total of 11 points. Okay. 11 points for NIGHTBAKER. On to the next contestant.
So what would you rate it?
I think I would still rate it a 7. Because I would just have, it would have been more. Like, I don't think it's bad because there's so much empty space, right? I just think it would have been better with.
I'm gonna disagree with you and say that it's rather like, I think whenever I see a really nice build, it's really like a letdown to see the inside be empty. It's like you did so good on the outside. I know you have talent and I know that you can, like, you could have made the inside amazing too. So for me, it's a little disheartening. So I would say a 5.
You would say a 5? I'll say a 7. Meaning that INVINCI lands at a total score of 12. But yeah, I think it's a really good build. But it's a bit of a letdown to see so much of it be empty and non-filled in. There's a lot of potential or interiors. But yeah, should we move on to the next contestant?
Yep.
What do you think about it?
It's really, I would say simple. So
Yeah.
I'd probably rate it like a 5.
A 5, yeah. I think there's, I think it doesn't feel very lively, right? And it is detailed, but it feels like just like what's the word? Like not a front, but you know, it isn't. It's more like an outside, but there's no interior, and it sort of just looks like it's something to look at, but not something to sort of explore and look inside of and such. I would probably, there is detailing that I do like, but I think it's lacking a bit in the exploring and in how lively the build feels and stuff. So I think I would rate this at a 6, I think. But yeah, so that would land say us at a total of 11 points. So yeah, on to the next contestant.
Cute.
So what do you think?
Like I said, it's a really cute and fun build. It seems like a couple people helped them, whatever. It's a cute idea, but it's not like I think this was more like, you know, to show what you can build, and like I think it's better when there's a theme. Like if they would have gone with the space theme, that would have been cool. That would be cool to see, like a space theme one. But it's, you know,
It's very spread out and what it.
There's a lot of space, but few actual concrete like builds.
Yep.
So but it's really fun and really cute. But I'd have to give it like a 6 because, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I like the concept of like the play one. I myself, I've gotten trapped in one of those trap cages. So obviously minus points on that one. No. But in all seriousness, it's very spread out. In what it includes. Sort of like the Tower of Chaos, but you know, there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I think a sort of an overall theme, sort of that ties everything together, sort of like that would have been nice to see. I think that it's very sort of I don't know where I was going with that one. But yeah, I think I would rate this out of 5, I think. But yeah, that would that means that Ocelot has a total score of 11. But yeah, on to the next contestant. What do you think about it?
Obviously it's really well made. It looks just like it, so you did a good job on that.
Yeah, it's obviously, you know, a good design. It's very well detailed. I would say that the main drawback is that it's a block by block recreation of what the build team has created, right? So it's not sort of Plasma's own creation. It is a, you know, block by block copy, basically. And I would say that's the sort of one drawback, because I would like to see what, you know, what Plasma could build and create on their own. But yeah, since it is, you know, a block by block creation, the detail and everything's on point, because, you know, it is Wynncraft sort of standard, right? It's the Wynncraft theme and everything. But yeah, I'd say it's, you know, it's very detailed and it's a, you know, it's a good build. And you know, it's but yeah, what's your sort of
Rating.
Yeah,
Since it is just a remake and not his own creation, I would have to say I'm not sure what to rate it. Maybe like, what were you gonna say?
I will say that, you know, it's good, it's detailed and everything, but it lacks sort of the creativity of making something of your own. And since we're sort of having a build competition to see what everyone can create on their own, it sort of falls short in that aspect, because, you know, this is a recreation of what the build team made. I do like Wynncraft's builds, of course, but the sort of point of the competition is to show what, you know, us mostly non-build team members can create on our own. That's sort of, you know, the idea of housing is to, you know, see what the community can create and stuff. So, albeit it's a nice recreation and everything, and it, you know, it's high standard and it's very detailed and everything, I think that it falls short on the creativity aspect, and that's why I would rate it at a 4, because albeit it is very detailed and it's a really good build, it's not something the Plasma sort of
Made himself, yeah.
created himself, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to agree with you, because I have no idea what to rate it, so I'll go with a 4 as well then.
Okay, so that would leave Plasma with a total of 8 points. But yeah, on to the next contestant. But yeah, what would you rate this build at?
Because of the statue, I want to say an 8. I just found it impressive. I like it. I found it pleasing.
I like how detailed everything is, right? There's interior, and I like how, like, underneath the merchants, there's, like, you know, there's color underneath the trade market, and the blacksmith has his little forge. I like the detail, right? And I think the builds are good. They're really good. I really like the cherry trees. I just feel like adding in sort of all the little bits and bobs, it's a bit like, it doesn't feel super tight together. Everything is sort of color coordinated though, and that that is true. I you know, I do like that. I think I would rate this at a 7.5 because it is of high quality, right? It is very detailed, but sort of the parkour doesn't feel super tied together in with the build, and Kyo could have used the height more. I do sort of like the usage of the full sort of space that you have, right? Even if you're like a non-hero, right? You can use like the 255 block limit, right? Well, it's not how much you could build. You could probably build like 150 blocks up or something. I haven't counted, but there could be more use with the height. But yeah, I do like it. I like the statue. It is an awesome build, right? The statue is sort of really, you know, really impressive. But I feel like with the parkours added in on the sides, it becomes a bit more cluttered, I would say. But I mean, you know, that's just my opinion because I'm sort of more build focused, but this sort of plot is more so for, you know, utilizing parkour. There are so many different parkours, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something, or 6 even. But yeah, the parkours added on the sides and stuff make it look a bit more cluttered. But just looking at the houses and the statue, it's a really good build. But yeah, I think I would rate this at a 7.5. It would have been an 8, but I think the parkours make it look a bit more cluttered. But yeah, that would leave Kyo with a total score of 15.5. So yeah, on to the next contestant. What would you rate this build at?
I don't know. I guess a 9.
A 9?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really like this build. It utilizes all the space that Holo has access to. It utilizes the full height. I really like the adherence to the theme of Eden, right? It's their guild hall. It really, you know, there's the tree. You know, it has the garden. Sort of has this mystical fantasy theme. The dragon is, you know, the dragon is just mind-blowing because organics are really hard to build. I think I would rate this at a 10 because no, it's just everything's detailed. Basically all of the space is utilized. Nothing's left sort of untouched, right? The level of the detailing is really good, right? You can just walk into a random house and it has interiors, it has a bed, it has a story behind it. I really like this build. And then, you know, there's a lot of hidden rooms that if you manage to find them, they're really cool. So I think I would rate this at a 10, actually. This is it's a mind-blowing build. It's you know, but yeah, that would land Holo at a total score of 19. But yeah, it's a really impressive build. But yeah, on to the next contestant. But yeah,
It is nice though. It's a nice build though.
yeah,
But...
it is nice. And it is detailed. Like looking here, there's a rim and the arch on the bridge at the back here and everything. I really like the arch, but it just feels very empty. Like looking here at this huge empty floor, right? There's nothing there. I
So
like
out
how
of
the
10, what
back,
would you rate it?
I like, you know, I like how the back is built, and I like that there is still detail to it. It just feels very monochrome and empty, but it is detailed and it is a rather large build. And there's also this secret cave here at the bottom underneath the bridge. But in general, I would say that, you know, it's big and it's a good build. I like the shapes, I like the bridges, I like the detailing where there's detailing. It just feels very empty and it sort of doesn't feel like there's life to it. Compare, like looking at some of the other builds we've looked at, like there are merchant booths and there are beds, like people are living there, but this feels very empty compared to that. So because of that, it feels like a barrel of fish without fish, right? Like it feels like there should be something more there. So I think I would rate it at 6 points because I feel like there could be just that little touch of liveliness to it.
I think 6 is a fair rating for this build, because it is a nice build in my opinion. I think there's a lot of detail to it. It's, you know, rather large. It's well made. It's just, it does seem very sterile, so I'd agree with you, 6.
Okay, then INVINCI lands at a total of 12 points. So yeah, since that is the last build, let's take a look at the scoring. So we've now taken a look at all 15 contestants and their builds.
And the winners are...
In third place, we have IZZVERSELS with 16 points. In second place, we have NKKLK with 16.5 points. And coming in at the first place, we have HOLOTHEPROUDWOLF with a whopping 19 points. Congratulations to the winners, and thank you guys for entering with your builds. All of you did an amazing job, and thank you guys so much for entering this contest. And thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe if you want to. We can't make you, but we will try. But yeah, have a nice day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.